So today the theme is vulnerability. And Assad said in one of his books that the greatest freedom is to be who you truly are. And it's interesting, guys, because personally, I used to see my vulnerability as the greatest enemy. And it wasn't because I wasn't able to let myself be this way. It was not because I was afraid that I might be misunderstood, but it was because I was afraid to be seen. Part of the reason why I do this challenge is that. So deep down, I always used to believe that I'm not normal, that I will be judged, that I'm too much, that my accent is too Greek, that I'm kind of too enthusiastic and too emotional and too passionate and too much this and too much that. That at the end of the day, that I wasn't good enough. And it's interesting, right? Because that was always my deepest fear. But for some reason, I used to pursue goals and kind of situations where all those things was like easy to be exposed, right? So for example, when I found myself working in an elite PR agency here in London in 2018, when I experienced panic attacks at the office, that was because, and it took me a long time to realize, it was because I was so desperate to be accepted. I was so desperate to fit in. I'm just thinking that so many people, they have the same desperation, no? Like, might be in different parts in your life. It might be like you so badly want to be accepted when it comes to dating new people, right? Or making new friends. Or just be accepted by your family members. And for me, it was just about working like long hours every day, every weekend, just to prove that I was enough. Just to prove that, that I'm okay, that I belong, yes, that I'm worthy to be here. But it's interesting because I used to think that my vulnerability was my greatest weakness for such a long time. There was a kind of a shame, a guilt, blaming myself for being this way. So in my mind, I was convinced that if I allow other people to see me in this light, I will be ridiculed, I will be judged, I will be rejected. So hiding it felt like the right thing to do. So what I eventually discovered was that success, happiness, fulfillment didn't demand hiding my vulnerability. Instead, I needed to make peace with it. So accepting my vulnerability as part of my identity, celebrating it, and just inviting myself to feel it deeply, fully, unapologetically. And that's when it became a strength. That's when it became a medicine, a superpower, my game changer. Because my vulnerability is part of my true identity, a reflection of my personal narrative. It's my narrative, full of love, heart, like wings, all those things. It's part of who I am, right? So I chose to embrace it for the very first time in 2018. It's a long journey, all I'm trying to say is try to see your vulnerability as a part of yourself that if it won't be seen, if you won't allow it to be present, if you won't feel like, you know what, these are my imperfections and I love them, then you won't be able to really like feel happy, blessed, grateful. So that's when that decision transformed my life, when I decided to accept, embrace, share my vulnerability. And yes, I did realize that vulnerability is a superpower. It fosters empathy, compassion, deep connection. When we're able to embrace our vulnerability, we're honest with ourselves and other people. That takes courage. And it takes, you need to be brave. So I really want to invite you to see vulnerability from this angle of being, your superpower, where it brings you together, closer together with other people, and then miracles happen. So today I want to invite you guys to show up, be seen, reflect on how you embrace your vulnerability. This will be the journaling prompt for today. How do you embrace vulnerability in your own life? Be honest. And the mantra for today is, I embrace vulnerability as the gateway to my authentic strength and connection. And this was the last day of our 21-day challenge. I chose this theme because I think that there are so many beautiful gifts, so many secrets, so many of our talents are just hiding within this little bubble of vulnerability. And honestly, if you just allow yourself to be vulnerable from time to time, whenever that feels right, you will or you might reintroduce yourself to your inner self. And that's a beautiful journey. That makes life worth living, really. So, these are my thoughts for the day. Our 21-day challenge came to an end. If you want to watch the previous days, you can go on my new YouTube channel, Alexandra, and you can see the 20 days there. I wish you, as we now, in a new season, to really embrace your authentic, genuine, true part of yourself fully and unapologetically. You deserve it.